Since I moved on my boat 9 months ago, I've had this little television set up with cable vision, and my son's PlayStation is here, and I have Wi-Fi, but I've never actually set it up as a permanent fixture on the boat. But I figured it was time to do something a little more permanent and make it easier for when I sail off. I don't have to take everything apart and pack it away, and something that was a little more tidy as well. You can see I just had a basket I have flipped upside down, and a small television, and the cable box I've actually only used once. I just watched Netflix or stream things through my Apple TV, which is a lot easier, so I'm gonna get rid of that. And I never really set up the wires. You can see them all kind of just on the outside of the cupboard there, and I've got my Wi-Fi box inside that basket and my Apple TV, so that's at least a little bit tidier. But the main thing was just wanting it to be fixed to the boat, and I basically don't want to have to do anything when I untie the boat except unplug the cable from the dock. You can see just taking the basket away and the television and cable box how much more open it looks. And now you can really see how those wires came out from that upper cupboard, which to me is a bit of an eyesore, but I put up with it for 9 months. My plan is to drill a hole inside the cupboard where you can see the wires coming out, so that I'll have all the wires coming straight down in behind to the wicker basket, and at the bottom I'm going to have a second hole going down behind the cushions, so any wires that go to the television will be tucked in behind there and not coming over that wood sill. So everything is done, the TV's mounted, the wires are all through the holes. I just wanted to show that my Cablevision wire used to come in behind these brown baskets and along this shelf to the wicker basket. So now I've run it in behind the shelf, and it comes down along with the other wires. And you can see just behind the wicker basket I have a corrugated type wire covering, and everything comes through that hole into the wicker basket, and then any cables going to the television go through a second hole behind the cushions. And no more wires coming out of that cupboard. Here's the mount that goes to the bulkhead. It is a movable mount, so it has several different viewing angles it can create with that swivel, and it's a very stiff mount, so it doesn't move easily when I'm going to be under sail. You can see again the area that had all the wires coming out. They're all tucked in behind, and they go down through the second hole behind the cushion. They don't come over the sill, which is much nicer, and that whole corner looks a lot cleaner. And basically when I go sailing, there's nothing to do except unplug the cable from the dock. So choosing the right size television was important. I didn't want to lose that lower shelf that I have under the books just for a television, because shelving and storage is always more preferred. But I did want a television that was large enough that could be seen from different spots, especially when the kids are over. And I usually end up just lounging around on this settee, so it works out to be in a good position for the majority of the time when I'm here. I don't watch a lot of television anyways, but one of those little luxuries to have while you're living on a boat. This way is set up like this, you can see it from both settees and from the nav station, but the majority of the time it's, like I said, it's just me. So I'll just have it set up like this, and I can just enjoy a show once in a while and not lose that corner section so much due to everything being on the seat. But the main thing is I don't have to actually pack all that stuff away every time I leave the dock, which was the ultimate goal of this project. So there you have it. I think if you're living on a boat, it's really important to be organized and have things set up in a way that it's not a lot of work to leave the dock by having to put a lot of stuff away. So this is one little thing I did this weekend just to help me with that.